Welcome to the Ultimate Fancast, where fans are the star of the show. Each week, we explore the epic co-created Battle Bunnies franchise from legendary artists Frank and Krista Linatra and the team at Junkbox Studios. Ultimate fans join BBS, Lord L, and Brian as they dive deep into the extraordinary world of the Battle Bunnies. Plus, we'll be your guides and take you backstage with the creators and actors who are captivating family audiences worldwide. Are you ready to meet this week's Ultimate Fan? It's time to fan up and enjoy the show. Welcome back, Ultimate fans, for another summer update. We've got a great one for you today. Today is going to be an update with Krechar on the TCG. So hopefully you're enjoying your summer and you're drinking some of your favorite beverages and wearing some of your favorite shirts, like the one I'm wearing right now. Probably not my favorite, but it says summer, right? So hopefully you're enjoying this time away from our regularly scheduled programming and you can enjoy these great updates with the alpha and some really cool stuff from Krechar. All right, let's get the show started. So how are you doing? I'll start off there. It's been a while. It's I think the last time we talked was was that pre-Richmond, before we actually released the game, was when we had you on for the interview? It's been a while since we've had a TCG.
Update. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I believe our first meetup was before Richmond, and it's been great seeing all the episodes come out for the Fancast. That you guys have been killing it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Looking forward to every Monday, and it was cool too because the episodes that aired after Richmond, I was like, it was cool just hearing people talk about that. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, it's been a great, a lot of great things have been going on with the TCG, Seither Chronicles. Myself and the team, we've been working hard on the next set of cards, and we will be releasing the Valkyries and the Shaman classes this year at Richmond. So very excited for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited about those too. That'll be awesome. So I can't wait. And you shared with me a couple, which I'll show anytime you want me to kind of bring up some of these updated cards. But no, that's exciting for anybody that doesn't know. Well, we have let me move to that one since you talked about Richmond, so that they know when that's coming up, and I'll just bring that to the stage. But the second annual Seither Cup looks like taking place in October. So that's when the cards will be released.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's very excited. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, we're very excited for that this year coming up. And because the way we'll be doing it is we'll actually have the Viking starter deck, Pirate starter deck, Valkyrie starter deck, and the Shaman starter deck all available in their own starter deck packages.
Wow! So something like one of these, it'll have like a deck like this where but there'll be just the individual decks. Like it'll just be Valkyries. It'll just be
correct.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because this one, for the uninitiated, this one has both the Vikings and the Pirates in it.
Yeah. And that right there is a great way too. Like if you're just getting into Seither Chronicles, you just learned about it, watch some videos. That is a great product to pick up to kick things off and really just kind of wet your feet or get your feet wet at getting acclimated to the game, and then something like with what we're releasing this year is the next stage of Seither Chronicles and expanding the game. So still keep a lookout. If you see those dual starter decks, the Pirate and the Viking, definitely snag one. It'll get you started in the right direction for sure.
Yeah. I think there's some available in the battlebunnies.com or .io. I know the battlebunnies.com will also redirect you to the .io site, but the silver edition is still available for anybody that hasn't picked one up. Do
Yeah.
they have any plans to distribute it anyplace else, like Amazon, or is it for right now? It's just directly through the site.
Yeah, not to my knowledge, to answer that confidently. Right now, you could just go right to the Battle Bunnies website and find those starter boxes along with any other Seither Chronicles TCG related products. It's a one-stop shop for everything you need to get to start playing. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, that's where you can pick up. I got all my stuff here within reaching distance. Like you can get the
Yeah.
mats
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. Like on,
Yeah.
I have seen that because I was out there shopping the other day, just like kind of looking around. And they
Mhm.
had the mats. Like you can purchase a set of mats. You can get, like the starter sets. So
Yeah.
so that'll be cool. Like this expands the game. How will and adding the Valkyries and the Shamans kind of change the game for those players that have been doing it or have played before?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So yeah, where we started things off was with the Vikings and Pirates, right? And we were featuring creatures, mostly combat creatures, uh, to start with. And now with the expansion of these two new classes, not only are they, something new, but they are a great way to start expanding what Seither Chronicles is capable of within the game. So now we'll, especially with the Valkyries, we're introducing a lot of creatures, a lot of ranged creatures, right? So on that playmat, you'll see there's a combat row, which is that first row, and then right underneath it is that ranged row. So we're going to see a lot of Valkyries and Shamans being played on that ranged row. So it introduces a whole nother level of gameplay and strategies that players can utilize and piece together. And also the introduction to different types of battle items and weapons. So that first set, we saw a lot of battle axes and swords and the captain's hook. Now we're going to see more bows and wands and potions, especially with those shamans as they are a spellcaster. They are a magical type of class. So, being able to play around with the possibilities of what wands and potions are capable of has been a great challenge, but very, very exciting to say the least, for players to start messing around with some different stuff there. So, this
Cool.
just with those two very unique classes, they're going to introduce different types of play styles, and just what can be done within the game.
Very cool. So have you been playtesting that on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, or have you started? I guess that's probably the first question with the playtesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've definitely we're playtesting a bunch right now. We have gone through and to be fair, uh, these classes have been definitely a challenge to really get a direction on, just because they can do a lot. They are capable of a lot, right? If you take a spellcaster, and you could essentially be like, oh, we can do whatever we'd like with it because they do magic, right? So uh, just trying to balance that power and capability um, has required a lot of play testing and just a direction on what we can build from, to where everything can be balanced, right? We want to make sure that the Vikings can definitely hold their own against shamans and, pirates versus Valkyries. So it's just a big balancing act between those four classes now. Uh, but we're in a stage now to where we have a great foundation with it, and excited to polish things off. And a lot of great things are on the horizon for Seither Chronicles for sure.
Very cool. Not knowing a
Yeah,
lot enough, a lot enough, not knowing a lot about the game.
yeah.
Um, uh, can Are there alliances, or is it like a Viking and a Valkyrie can go against each other as far as how the gameplay is going to be set up? Like,
Sure. Yeah. So within the game, players can create a deck. Typically, what you'll see is predominantly a Viking deck, right? But what a player can do, so a player is allowed to include any. creatures of a different class. They can mix and match creatures of a different class, as long as they're not heroes. You can't have two heroes of differing classes in the same decks. So if you have a Viking hero such as King Harold, you can't have, for example, Christikins in that same deck. Either you have to do all Viking heroes or all Valkyrie heroes. But the base creatures, you can definitely mix and match all you like. So within that regard, that's where you'll see some alliances and some support from different creatures, which I think is really cool too. You know, if you think about how that ripple effects, or at least the message that's being conveyed there, is can definitely translate through the story, right? The novels. As we're starting to see some things of, hey, we got to work together here. We can't, you know, have this division of classes. You know, we got to get a little help from our friends, right? So so that's really cool to see what players are mixing and matching to see success with. So
very cool. Yeah. Now, who's been helping you out with that? I know Old Man Gamer was a key player in the first release. Is he back? And is there anybody else that, you know, the Tony Pepperonis or the what's his Sir Pepperoni or whatever?
That's right, Sir Pepperoni.
Or Drywall guy. What's Drywall guy's new name? His is
Drywall.
It's just
well,
Drywall.
it's got the umlaut, I believe, over the A now, and it's just one L, DRYWAL. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
But so yeah, the, you know, at this stage, you know, yeah, big shout out to the development team right now. Yeah, Tony's been around. Big shout out to Jalil. He's always around, which is incredible. And Drywall is around. And let's see, we got Eric as well, who we met earlier this year at another at the playthrough convention.
Yeah,
and yeah, it was so awesome meeting him and having him just dive right in and be a part of it all, and always around for that. We also, Hambear is crushing right now. He's it's really cool too, because everyone has different things that they lend themselves well in, you know. And Hambear loves challenging. Him and Eric, they have a knack for challenging every aspect of the game, which is great, because I'll just hand him, you know, a set of cards that we're testing, and I'll be like, here, you know, break this, build me a deck that breaks this, right? And we need to find those holes and patch them and stress test it, you know. So but yeah, definitely it's been incredible. Unfortunately, Gamer, you know, busy IRL, so hasn't been around as much, but I know he's itching and ready to hop back in here for sure. But you know, and also to Krista, big shout out to Krista too. She took the plunge here this season, and is not only has she dipped her toes to getting into the game, but she has been crushing in league play in the second season of League.
Awesome.
She's on a tear right now. She has got the Seither Chronicles bug and is loving it, and it's great having her on board too. Not only, right, you take someone like Krista, who's an absolute, you know, she crushes, you know, the Battle Bunnies. She runs it, right, and then we're taking, you know, she's setting time aside to work on this now too, and it's been an absolute delight having her in this space with us and working along. So I'm very proud and very appreciative of the crew that we have. It's everything. So
very cool. Well, speaking of Krista, I'll bring this back to the stage. She's you shared with me a couple of sneak peeks.
Queen.
Yeah, this is Queen Kristikin's hero card. So that'll be part of that Valkyrie deck that'll be available in October for everyone. So that's exciting. We're starting to see some of the art leak out. Anything you wanted to share about this card, or just
I mean, yeah, if we just take a look at the artwork, really, it's Frank I told him the other day, I ran out of adjectives to describe how I feel looking at your artwork, man. I just sound like a broken record, but it's just absolutely gorgeous, top tier. And that's something that this game has is Frank's just absolutely crushing this right now. So, but no, Kristikins, she is one of the Valkyrie heroes, of course, and what's cool too is something like this Valkyrie class is they work a lot with the Feral Pile and Valhalla, right? So that type of synergy with being able to bring creatures back from the Feral Pile is what she is all about. So it's really cool to get her in play. And create a whole strategy based around her, right? So there's lots of cards in the Valkyrie class that support Queen Kristikins to pull off a player's strategy. So very, very strong ability here. And we also see too, right, on that top right corner of the card, she is played on the ranged row. So we're starting to see some of those creatures that will expand that playing field, given access to some different things. So
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, typically we can't talk about Krista without talking about Frank. And Frank, we know, is Narf the Mad.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
again, awesome. Like just the fact that he's part of the shamans. So like he
Yes.
was a Viking, I guess, right, in the story, and now he's living with the shamans, or had been living with the shamans. I mean, he's got all the things on his belt, so it's hard to say exactly where his alliances lie. But
it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. But for our purposes, he's part of the shamans, right?
That's right. Yeah, we're starting Narf the Mad off in the shaman class here. He is one of the heroes, of course, in the shamans, and these shamans are really cool too. They are offering they got a bunch of tricks up their sleeve as well. So Narf is able to essentially mimic some other abilities from other creatures. So it really makes him strong just by the utility, right? There's not one set thing he can do, but his ability to copy and use different creatures' abilities is great for something to be more aggressive, or you need something to be more supportive. Narf can kind of change from turn to turn in what you need out of your gameplay. So these shamans are fairly malleable in what a player can do with them. They have a bit of a control style gameplay to them. So it's cool to see from Viking to Pirate to Valkyrie to Shaman, all the different play styles. So, if a player's experienced with TCGs prior, this is something that they can kind of hold on to and identify different classes and how they play and kind of gravitate towards those classes. So, and that's cool too, because, the feedback I've gotten over the past, year is how, oh, this really feels different from the Pirates, right? Like people can feel that different play style between those two classes that are out now. And I love hearing that. So really trying to give their own traits and personalities on how they play. So Narf
it's cool. Yeah, that's just the natural evolution of a game, right? Like you've got to change up the style, or you just don't change the art on the cards, or like think about like the Monopoly games. Like if Monopoly just reskinned it all the time and just had the same thing, nobody would care about. They'd be like, oh, this is the Star Wars version, but they try to like mix and match, mix up some of the gameplay and make it different so that it feels different when you're playing a Monopoly, but yeah, with these TCGs, that's natural evolution. That sounds awesome. I wish I had the time to understand the game and play it more, but it's on the wish list. Like I'll get in there. Don't worry. I'm a level 0, so I need to catch up, with everybody else when I decide. Yeah,
that's okay. I think too. Now that we have an opportunity to chat together, I should probably share too that I believe Dark Matter is in the Shaman deck. Dark
Ooh.
Eiders also made the shaman
Ooh.
deck. So,
Ooh.
you
Yeah.
you might want to, check some of those
Might
cards
want to
out
learn how
when
to
they
play
come.
so I can play my you can't see Dark
Yeah.
maybe he's up there. Dark Matter's up there. But yeah, those are a couple of my shaman bunnies. I only have 2 shaman bunnies. When you mentioned the idea of like having the kids, I was like, well, I need to get like 5 shaman bunnies
Yeah.
from somebody because I don't have 5 other shamans like,
Right.
to help
Right.
fill that out.
Yeah.
But I definitely have the husband and wife or their relationship. They're
Yeah.
together. I guess I don't know if husband and wife is the best way to describe what they are together, but yeah, Dark Matter and Dark Eider. That's very
They're a
cool. I
team.
can't wait to see their cards and figure out how to play them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got Lord L in there too. Lord Elrug. He is
Nice.
another shaman hero. So
Nice. Very
yeah,
nice.
and I think that's cool too. Like if we take a look at the Battle Bunnies community as well, right? As more classes are coming out, we're creating a space for more of the members of the community are now, more people are in the game now, and I think that's where we're going to see more people, their interest, their level of interest, right? Playing the game, taking that first, trying the game out for the first time, right? I think we're going to see more of that as more of those people's cards come out and they're able to hold them in their hands and have that different perspective or appreciation for it. So I'm very excited to see those reactions and those impressions.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna geek out in October.
Yeah,
like
right. It's like Gamer always said. Anytime we play a game and he's playing Vikings, he very proudly says, "I'm playing myself. I put myself in play." And that's we get a good laugh out of it. But that's kind of what's going on over here. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome that you're doing that. Like it just, I've if if you're not if you're new to the community, we have what's called the grimoire, and you're able to create a character if you have a battle bunny or a light dragon, you can name that and I don't know if the dragons that's way off, but like what we're talking about is either a Viking battle bunny, a shaman battle bunny, a Valkyrie, or a pirate. You can name those and you can write a backstory on them. And sometimes they get picked up and pulled into the game like Dark Matter and Dark Eider. So that's exciting for me that, that you're able to use, my couple of my battle bunnies as part of that deck for the shaman. So that'll be exciting. And to see what they can do and all that. So very cool.
Yeah.
Well, keeping it on the deck, because I don't want to take too much of your time. You've also shared with me a King Harold card. I saw the art when he released this in the Discord and was asking for feedback. This is so awesome.
This is
you can feel the action.
Yeah. I recall just discussing the composition or how we wanted to kind of portray this card, and this was exactly that, feeling that energy of King Harold just slamming that hammer down onto the ground, creating a shatter for everything around. Like this is out of the park. This is top 3 favorite artworks, favorite cards that I've seen, and he's on a tear. Frank is a machine. I ran out of words, Frank. I don't know what else to tell you. It's incredible. Top tier.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. This is
yep.
Like it's just epic. Just the stuff he's been releasing, like the teasers around the book and like book number 2 coming out. And just the story. We failed to mention it when we were talking about the Valkyries. I'm sure Mrs. Firefly is one of the Valkyrie heroes
she
or cards
is,
in that deck. I bet she's very prominent Valkyrie, and she started her own TCG channel, to introduce new players to the game, which I love. I'm a subscriber, so if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to Miss Firefly TCG, you need to get out there and do that.
100%. Yeah, it's been so wonderful to see that come out and Firefly putting working and the videos that are coming out. It's so sweet. You know, um, yeah, it's a great lens into the game as someone who's learning along with us too. But it's a really cool avenue for people to check out the game. And yeah, she's doing wonderful. So, but yes,
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
she starts
Uh,
from the very beginning for somebody just like me. Like, these are the cards. These are what some of the cards do. Yeah, so
yes,
that's awesome.
yes,
Now, the more advanced is you guys have a show that you do on Twitch, right? So you're streaming. Um,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we do stream. We haven't streamed in a little while, unfortunately, but we did. So the Tournament of Champions, which was the end of season 1, where we took the top 4 players in the Seither Chronicles League, and we had an all-day event, streamed it all live on Twitch. Yeah, and it was myself and Gamer, and we were co-casting the tournament. Was such a great time. We had a lot of fun hanging out. It was over 9 hours long. It felt like 2 hours,
oh, wow.
you know, but yeah, that's where we'll do a lot. And we're looking to pick that up some more too. And that's also cross pollinated through YouTube, Twitch, and X as well. So if you're watching, if you follow any of our accounts on either of those platforms, anytime we go live, that's where you'll be able to see it through either of those platforms. So,
No,
but
that's
yeah.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of that Tournament of Champions, I believe you've got another one coming up in
Yeah.
what, another 2 months, or let's see,
Yep.
August. No, it's almost July, so like
I
7
know.
weeks away.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is yeah, super excited for this. This was really cool. We are in the meat of the second season right now. A lot of players working hard, playing really well, jockeying for those top 4 spots. And actually our queen, she is just outside of that top 4 in 5th place. She's off by 4th place, I think by 3 points. So
Oh, wow.
but yeah, so everyone's working. And what's really cool about this too is that we took that first season where it was just purely the starter decks for the Vikings and the Pirates. In the second season, we took the plunge and opened it up to fully custom decks. From the players, we opened up the rest of the card pool outside of those starter decks and gave them free range on how they wanted to create them. So this season, we have seen a shift in the meta. We are seeing new strategies, new players absolutely taking down games. It's been a lot of fun to just spectate some of the gameplay here. And, so I'm very eager to see what that top 4 is going to look like as we get closer to August and who's going to take down the crown. So.
Yeah. Do you know who are those top 4 right now? Like I can find
Yeah, I
the
got you.
board, but I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah. So we have
Hambear. Like I thought I saw Hambear near the top on one of your recent leaderboards.
yes, Hambear is at. Yeah, I got it right here. Yep, Hambear's at the top right now. And then we have Eric as well. He's been crushing as well. Last week they were tied for first. Hambear has a slight lead over Eric. I know he's itching to take that down. And then we also have our or Drywall, who is also tied for second as well. And then Jalil, he rounds out the top 4 at 35 points, and Christikins just below at 32 points. So, that top half of the leaderboard is getting pretty tight. Some very serious games going on, and league play too is open to all players, and that takes place in Battle Bunnies Discord, and we play Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern and Saturday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern. So we offer 2 different days to try our best to accommodate to people's schedules for league play. But those 2 nights out of the week is when we play, and it's been awesome.
Now, is it too late for somebody to join league play at this part of the season, or do they have to wait till the next season to jump in?
No, I absolutely not. Right. I'll use Krista as an example. Right. I think she started playing actually in week 4 of season 2. And so I believe that was her fourth week. No, it was her third or fourth week playing, and she made it up to fifth place. So she's been undefeated the past 2 weeks of her playing. So, but aside from that too, right? If you're chasing top four, that's awesome. Yeah, grind it out, have that competitive edge. That's a lot of fun. But also too, it's a great opportunity to see the game being played at a good level. But it's just great to kind of get your bearings, learn everything from great people from who understand the game. So I think that's your best source of just jumping into the game. And I'm very proud of the community that we have here for Seither Chronicles. Everyone's very welcoming and very open. Extending the patience to answer any questions and work with people as much as possible. So, if just come on in and feel free to just come in and just spectate. Maybe the first couple of games or something, and but everyone too that's on the team here. We offer as much as ourselves as we can to people, even outside of those days, those the league days, to play, right? And we'll take the time to help out, build decks, whatever anybody needs. That's what we're here for. That's what this is all about. So
very cool. And to get started, you just need access to Steam, like, and the Steam.
Yep.
Simulator. What do you call it? It's not is it a simulator or like
it's tabletop simulator.
Tabletop simulator. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the best way. That's the way of how we play League is through Steam, and then go on Steam and you just look up tabletop simulator. You just purchase it, and then you'll have access, and you can hop right into our games, and it's easy from there. We can help you get situated, but absolutely we can help anybody out as much as we can, and get everyone get them playing and having some fun.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll leave some information in this update for the community where they can get some more information on that. I need to get the tabletop simulator if I wish to play. I know that BBS shared recently when they had a sale, and they had a discount coming or on it. So if we see any of those things, we'll definitely let the community know. But it's great to watch. Like, I see on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays in the Discord, like there's a bunch of people watching, and then there's people playing, and it's very cool to see the kind of evolution of that, because I joined the community a year ago and you guys were doing the play testing at that point, and I got in there and I was completely in awe of, like, oh, this is so cool. Like, it feels like you're playing the game. So, and then obviously you can play with real decks at our live events when we do those. You played at some live events. You did playthrough. And there was another one you did in North Carolina, I think. Are there any other live events where people can come play at the event with you guys coming up besides Richmond?
Unfortunately not. We don't have anything. We were supposed to do one here in July. Unfortunately, that we weren't able to get.
Availability, the promoter, they just didn't have event space for you guys. So
there's a lot of things, a lot of different events though that we have coming up. I think maybe later in the year, and then definitely a good event schedule going into next year as well. And that's good. I'm excited too, I think, for those events too, and even showing up with all the new stuff too, and having more classes to offer and to showcase to people is just going to be all the better. And it's going to be a great experience for sure. Playthrough was such a huge hit, and what a experience that was for myself, just being there with everyone, and everyone in Battle Bunnies too that were there. It was, I think between Drywall and we did about 18 hours of gameplay over 2 days.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. That's
Mhm.
And like you said, you met Eric through that, and I think
Eric.
Carly came through.
Carly, I believe, came across at the show previous, but Eric was at that show. Yeah.
Okay, Eric was at that. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
He hung around us Saturday evening and then came back around Sunday and showed up, and he's like, "I'm ready to kick your butt." So I was like, "All right, let's go."
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, this was anything else you want to update the community on? I don't want to take too much of your time. We're going to have you back on with the regular scheduled programming in the fall, where we'll do a deeper dive and play some games and do that kind of stuff like we did last year.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to share in this update before we go?
Yeah, no, I mean, really, it's we got the just very excited for these 2 new classes to come out. Has been a journey and a delight working with the team here, and I know it's cool too, because over the past year and a half, we've gotten a lot of feedback from the game as is, and so a lot of the things that people are looking for and hoping for, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised, and very excited. So, and that'll lead us right into Richmond, and happy to say too that second annual Seither Cup will feature all 4 decks for that tournament. So get ready, keep your eye out for those cards, jump in the Discord, say hello in that the trading card game channels. Drop a line, say hello, what's up, and we'll be happy to help. But yeah, other than that, that's
very cool. Yeah, now we're excited to see if Tony can hold off these competitors. He's not even in the top 4, so
no, he's not.
He won the Seither Cup, and so he's got to fight his way back up there. I know Drywall, finished second last year, so at least he's holding his own in the top 4 in this recent league play. So that's awesome that it is so competitive that even our champions can get unseated. So everybody has an opportunity.
Most definitely. Drywall's
now. What about you? Like, when are you going to get to play? Like, when is the creator going to get is that like a special, like if you win the tournament, then you can play the creator?
Oh yeah, maybe we'll do a bonus game. I like that idea, right? It's either that or I'm gonna just have to show up in a disguise on Saturday and just be like, I'm here.
Like when Eli Manning showed up as Chad and did that that video where he walked onto that football team as a walk-on and do something like that. I don't know if anybody's seen that video, but
I know what you're talking about.
Those are hilarious when they do that, when they dress up these superstars and act like they don't have, like they're new or something like that. But we could totally do that for you. Have you disguised.
I ask them all the time if I can get a seat in that game, and they're like, no. But however, if you would like to take a crack, I am participating in season 2 of League Play. The day I play are mostly Thursdays. That's where you can get a firsthand game against myself. Nice. And it's cool too. We kind of did it a little bit. I added a little benefit too. If you beat me, then I award you all of a complete line of the full art cards, which is in the templating of the examples that you showed earlier there. Absolutely gorgeous set of cards there. So if you haven't seen a King Harold full art or a Tobin full art, this is the place to see it, and you can get your digital hands on some of those cards. So we're having some fun messing around with that. The guys have really enjoyed taking me down. So but yeah, that's where I play, and I'm good. Everything else is all the reward I need. So happy to be here.
Awesome, Krechar. Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Love updating the community on the TCG. Excited for Richmond and all the things leading up to that. So get involved in league play. Get your ticket to Richmond so you can play in real life.
Let's go.
Get your chance at that Seither Cup, and just can't wait to see what happens in 2025 as you expand your real life events and other things. I know that John and you and others have been discussing as it relates to the digital version of the game. So hopefully that is on the roadmap in 2025. We can get some more progress towards that.
Absolutely.
That would be really cool.
Most
But
definitely.
anyways, appreciate it. And thanks for
Very
your
good.
time today.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. You have a good one.
Wasn't that a great show, everybody? I really appreciate you sticking with us while we take this break. We are going to try to do some other updates this summer, bring you some really cool information. They'll be short, they'll be sweet. Hopefully, we'll have John and Mike join us soon, independently or together. I don't care. But we definitely love to talk with those guys and find out what's going on their end of things. We talked to Frank and Krista last week, and this week was Krechar. So we look forward to giving more of these to you, and have a great summer. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us today, Ultimate Fan. BBS, Lord L, and Brian, that's me, do hope you enjoyed today's program as much as we did, where Ultimate fans like you are the stars of the show. We'd be honored to have you join us on a future episode where you can share your story and love of the Battle Bunnies with this encouraging community. It would be the greatest compliment if you shared something you love about the Battle Bunnies on your favorite social platform today, like X, Facebook, or Instagram, and tagged us. Or simply use hashtag #UltimateFancast so we can recognize and celebrate with you and other super fans by sharing your post. Bonus points if you do both and use an image of one of your favorite Battle Bunnies or a screenshot of this episode. We know you share, like, and comment because you care about our fellow Ultimate fans as much as we do. Please leave comments too to let us know how we can make this the greatest fan experience for the Battle Bunnies community. This podcast is sponsored by Hairstream Media, your bunnies all the time streaming service. Okay, not really. It is just us fans like you giving some of our time to support other fans like you. Join us over in the Battle Bunnies community and Discord to continue the fun. We hope you tune in with us each week. So make it easy. Subscribe now. We'll be here to keep you hopping when you need us.